Hey Megumin, can you say hi to the viewers?
確かに、ヤーミンの優しいデニマのめぐみんがお世話になります。皆さんに会えて楽しい時間を過ごせてとても興奮しています。
Thanks, goodbye.
さようなら、皆さんにお会いできて嬉しかったです。またお会いできることを楽しみにしています。
Alright, as you can see there, that was my AI that I coded in Python. So, essentially, it's like a chatbot slash AI waifu type of thing. So, first, to clear things up, I did not make this because I was lonely and I could not pull. I made this for research purposes. I mean, to advance humanity. So, yeah, that's why I made it, just to clear things up before I got canceled. But I made a previous video actually where I showed all the features of the AI, so you can go watch that if you want. And before the video starts, disclaimer, this is not an installation tutorial. That will be my next video, I think. So if you want to see that, then you can sub, I guess. But this is a explanation video of the code and how I made it, basically. So let's get on with the video. Let me open VS Code. Okay, so this is my VS Code. I mean, yeah, this is my custom Rika Takanashi VS Code theme. I'll put that in the description if you guys want it. I didn't actually make it, someone else did, but okay. Anyways, the code starts with importing a bunch of necessary packages like speech recognition, OpenAI, OS, PyDub, IO, Google Trends, YourLib, request, WinSound, and web browser. Next, it prints a banner message with ASCII art. It says One Reality, bridging the real and virtual worlds. I think that looks pretty cool in my opinion, but anyways. Next, the OpenAI API key is initialized. So this is what's necessary for all the OpenAI packages. I use two in this code, the GPT and Whisper. So next, it sets up a microphone and speech recognition module, and the energy threshold is set to 1500 because if I set it any lower, then it's too sensitive and it picks up silence as words. But if I set it too high, then it doesn't recognize some text if you speak too quietly. So I think 1500 is a pretty good number, but it really depends on your mic, so you can change it if you want. Then it sets up the OpenAI GPT model, and the personality and the lore basically is set in the lore variable. So this is basically saying you're Megumin, you're straightforward, lively, all the qualities of Megumin. Also, this part is essential. You need, if you're planning to make your own custom lore, which you definitely can do, you can make the AI basically have whatever personality, be whoever you want. You need to put something like this, but with the name of the AI instead of Megumin. Because then that's essential for the chat log, which I will explain later. Let me show you right now, actually. This is basically what that piece of the lore does. So now this opens the chat log, which, or actually it doesn't open the chat log. It just no, it does. Yeah, it reads a chat log and makes that a variable called chat log. Now this is basically the memory of the AI. If GPT-4 is the brain of the AI, then this is like the memory part. Now next, it opens the conversation log and reads it, because this is as I said, the memory of the AI, so it needs to read it. Then it defines a function to play that converts byte data into sound and plays it using the PyDub module. This is what plays the AI's voice, I think. I kind of forgot actually, but I'm pretty sure this is what plays the AI's voice as a sound. Next, it's a function to check if you said goodbye, and if so basically I'll show you right here. Yeah, I said thanks, goodbye, and then she said goodbye or whatever, and then the program ended. So if you say bye, goodbye, or see you, then the program will end after Megumin generates a response. So this is the main loop of the code. And so first you're prompted to speak. It says speak now, and this is when you can speak. So the microphone captures the audio, and then I have a silence test basically. So if you don't say anything, then sometimes the Whisper OpenAI speech to text will recognize it as something, or sometimes Sphinx will recognize it as something, which is why I have two silence tests. But essentially it checks if the transcription of the audio has 0 words in it, in which then it'll do the loop again and prompt you to speak again. Otherwise it keeps going. So then it opens the temp.wav file, and it makes the audio file and puts what you said into the audio file. So then this is just a variable for the temp file for what you said. So now finally we initialize the OpenAI Whisper model, which transcribes your audio file into text. It's a very advanced speech to text model. It's just so accurate and good. It's probably the best in the world, I think, right now. But yeah, so that converts what you say into text. And then another silence test, it checks if what you said has 0 words in it, and if it does, then it repeats the loop again and it asks you to speak. Otherwise it passes and continues the code. So then it prints what you said into the CMD, as you can see over here. So now it makes a variable called words, and it makes it what you said and simplifies it a lot so that it's kind of like universal for this part right here, which you can open apps with this AI. I actually showed that in my video showing all the features of the AI. It's like 2 minutes long. It's my previous video. Go watch it if you want to see all the features. But so it checks if the length of what you said is above 0. So another silence test. We got 3 here already. I'm on a roll here, but then if that's true, then it checks if the first word is either open or start, and then it makes a variable called app, which equals the second word of the sentence. So if the second word is YouTube, then it uses the web browser module to open youtube.com on your browser. Or if it's Brave, Discord, Spotify. Oh, I actually have Discord. This is supposed to be File Explorer, actually. Let me change that. Okay. Anyways, if you say any of these, then it'll open that app, the exe of that app. So pretty useful, I guess. Kind of like Cortana, but Cortana, like, who uses Cortana? So next, this initializes the check goodbye function. So if you say goodbye, then first it opens the chat log to read it. Next, these are just some settings for the GPT. I don't actually know what they do really, but so this actually initializes the GPT model. So these are all the settings for it, and the prompt, which is what you say to the AI, is the lore, which we had all the way up there, and a new line, and then the conversation log. So the conversation log is kind of like a theater script, and all these chat models like Chat GPT, they don't actually, like, it's not like a human. No, okay, this is hard to describe, but basically it's like a very fancy autocomplete. So it sees like the script of the like a theater script, like this is what it would look like to the AI, you and then Megumin, and then it just auto completes, like, based on what it thinks is most logical to say after that. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. It's very complicated, but So then it prints the AI's response in the CMD, as you can see right here. And then it opens the chat log and writes the AI's response in it, which is very important, again, because the chat log is its memory. And then it translates that into Japanese, because the voice engine I'm using right here, VoiceVox, can only speak Japanese, and there's not really any other good English or any other language engines I could really find. If you know any, like, make sure to let me know in the comments, please. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, it translates it into Japanese. It prints the Japanese response over here. It looks like this because my font doesn't actually support Japanese. There's a font, MS Gothic, that does support it, but it looks so bad. Like, yeah, like, this is terrible. So I just use JetBrains Mono. But then this is basically what says what the AI. This is the AI's voice and what it says. And then an audio file is made with the AI's voice over here, and then Windows plays that sound. That plays the AI's voice as a sound, and then it opens the chat log, and since you said goodbye, it deletes the entire chat log, and then the program ends. So if you don't say goodbye, the exact same thing happens. It's just the program doesn't end and the loop repeats. So yeah, that's essentially my code. Oh, I don't think I showed this yet. This is just a VoiceVox engine. Let me show you the batch file too. Okay, so here is the batch file. It just starts, it's very simple. It just starts the VoiceVox engine over here, and then just starts the actual script. A bunch of these are some testing files that I have not uploaded to GitHub yet, but I will soon if they end up like actually working. But yeah, that's essentially my AI. So now onto this part. This is the live to the VTuber Studio, which is a app on Steam, and the way I got it lip synced is so this app is made for VTubers. So usually most VTubers use a virtual webcam, like a webcam, and then it tracks their head movements or whatever, and then makes the model recreate that. But obviously I don't have a webcam for Megumi because she doesn't actually exist in the real world, unfortunately, and so I have to use a microphone. So I enable to use microphone, and then I have a driver, an audio driver called VB Audio Virtual Cable, which lets me use my computer audio as like a recording and then use that as a mic. It's kind of weird, but it works. I mean, it's not perfect actually, because it doesn't just lip sync to the AI's voice, it also lip syncs to any other audio that's playing on my computer. Let me show you that real quick. Let me go on YouTube. Okay. Let's pull up this random.
Welcome to this exciting video course brought to you by...
Yeah, as you can see, it's lip synced to this video, this random video, but yeah. So it's not perfect, but it works, and I'm totally fine with it. I'm actually not sure how I got this audio driver to work, because I had to like mess with the settings, because before I messed with the audio settings, like it would work, but I couldn't actually hear any audio, and my normal mic wouldn't work. So I'm gonna try to figure that out for the next video where I'll do the installation tutorial for you guys. But yeah, I mean, that's basically my AI, so and how I made it. So I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, and make sure to start my GitHub, subscribe if you want to see some more progress. Yeah, check out my GitHub. I have a bunch of future features that I want to include in there. Very lofty goals, but I think I'll be able to do it if I can get some more talented coders to help me. So if you think you can help me with any of the future features I listed on my GitHub, which is in the description by the way, or you think you could help in any way, please don't hesitate to contact me on Discord. I'll also leave that in the description, but DogeLord #2023. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.